So, as you heard, my name's Claire. I work for WRAP in the UK, and I'm very thankful that Lee and I both had the same slide. Our vision is a world in which resources are used sustainably, and that's a circular economy to you and me. And the reason that I'm here is because WRAP is working very closely with the Zero Waste Council and with Metro Vancouver on the Love Food, Hate Waste campaign. So that's a campaign that we've been running in the UK for a number of years, and we now license to Metro Vancouver. But I wanted to talk to you about something a little bit bigger than that today, and it's the humble apple. So put your hand up if you have purchased or eaten an apple in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, so for the benefit of everyone in Toronto, I hope you're also doing that, but nearly everyone raised their hand. And I thought that that would be the case because apples are ubiquitous. And then I thought, well, maybe they would be a good representative of the food system as a whole. And I thought, what if I could figure out how many apples get wasted globally? And to the absolute horror of my evaluation team, I did, with the help of some of the stuff that we know and some stuff that other smart people know and a little bit of what Google knows. And I came up with a number. And if you translate that number into a number of apples, it works out about 300 billion. Now, the point is not that it's exactly 300 billion or 200 billion or 400 billion. The point is that's a really big number of apples. And why is that happening? Well, maybe on the farm, this apple gets a pest or a disease and it never grows to fruition. Maybe it does. Maybe it's the perfect apple on the tree, but I can't get anyone to come and pick that apple for me. Or maybe there's an extreme weather event and the apples get damaged before they can be harvested. Maybe they do get harvested, but the guy who comes to pick them up from me, he doesn't have the transportation or the storage infrastructure to keep this apple in prime condition to get to where it needs to go. Maybe it does, but actually, maybe what happened at the retail end is that my customer way overordered on apples. They were just hugely overambitious about how many apples people were going to buy that week. Or maybe they had a new guy in the back of the store, and he doesn't know how to handle apples, and he drops a whole crate, and they get bruised, and they can't be sold. And maybe, just maybe, it's about me and you, and we said at the beginning of the week, oh, man, I'm going to be so healthy this week. I'm going to eat an apple every day. And we went to the grocery store and we bought a whole bunch of beautiful apples and we put them in the fruit bowl on the counter and we looked at them every day for a week. And at the end of the week, we thought, I don't want to eat those apples. They're kind of past their best. So we tossed them. So how do you fix that system? Is it about policy? Yeah, sure, you can create tax incentives for that apple to be donated from the back of the store to people who need it. You can have Good Samaritan Acts that means that I won't get sued for doing that. Is it about infrastructure? Yeah, absolutely. You can invest in cold chain storage and distribution to keep apples in prime condition. You can invest in composting and anaerobic digestion so that the apple cores get turned back into something valuable. But it's about more than that. It's also about that retail environment, the pile them high, sell them cheap attitude that's pervasive in the Western culture. It's about the specification that says this apple has to be this green and this round and this big. And it's about you and me. It's about only buying what we need and about eating what we buy and keeping those apples in the fridge. And I think my point about this is that this is a systemic problem and it needs a systemic solution. Because if you can't fix food waste, you can't fix the food system. And if you can't fix the food system, you can't fix climate change. Thanks.